Therefore, they are in my heart. Actually speaking, for those who are neophytes, they should always hear the Purusha Avatar, the uh, creation, the Leela of Krishna's creation. And those who are already developed rati for Krishna or love for Krishna, they relish Leela Avatar, as Brahmaji is saying. They will, these pastimes are to be relished, and they are there in the heart of Brahmaji. Let us see how much we can be able to relish. Brahma Uvacha Yatra Udyata Shiti Shititala Udharanya Vibraha Kroding Tanum Shakala Yagnamayim Anantaha Antam Maharnava Upagratam Adi Daitya Amdastraya Madrim Iva Vajradharo Dadharaha. Lord Brahma said, when the unlimited powerful Lord assumed the form of a boar as a pastime, just to live the planet Earth, which was drowned in the great ocean of the universe called the Garbhoda. The first demon, Hiranyāksha, appeared, and the Lord pierced him with his tusk. So the first Leela Avatar being mentioned is of Lord Varahadev. Since the beginning of creations, the demons and the demigods or the Vaishnavas are always the two classes of living beings to dominate the planets of the universe. Lord Brahma is the first demigod and Hiranyaksha is the first demon in this universe. Only under certain conditions do the planets float as weightless balls in the air. And as soon as these conditions are disturbed, the planet may fall down into Garbhodak ocean, which covers half the universe. The other half is the spherical dome, within which the innumerable planetary systems exist. The floating of the planets in the weightless air is due to the inner constitution of the globes, and the modernized drilling of the earth to exploit oil from within is a sort of disturbance by the modern demons and can result in a greatly harmful reactions to the floating condition of the earth. Prabhupada is comparing today's scientists with Hiranyaksh. Like Hiranyaksh try to disturb the balance of the earth by drowning it in the Garbhodak ocean. So the scientists are also attempting the same. How? By trying to drill the earth. Whatever this drilling system is, it is just like trying to push the earth into the Garbhodak ocean. What is saying here? The modernized drilling of the earth to exploit oil from within is a sort of disturbance by the modern demons and can result in a greatly harmful reaction to the floating conditions of the earth. A similar disturbance was created formerly by a demon headed by Hiranyāksha, the great exploiter of gold rush, and the earth was detached from its weightless condition and fell down into the Garbhodak ocean. The Lord, as maintainer of the whole creation of the material world, therefore assumed the gigantic form of a boar, and with a proportionate snout, and picked up the earth from within the water of Garbhodak. Sri Jayadev Goswami, the great poet, sang as follows. Vasati dashana shikhare dharani tav lagna shashani kalanka kaleva nimagna Keshavadhrita Shukar Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare. O Keshav, O Supreme Lord, who have assumed the form of a boar. O Lord, the planet Earth rested on your tusk, and it appeared like the moon engraved with spots. Such is the symptom of an incarnation of the Lord. The incarnation of the Lord is not a concocted idea of fanciful men who create an incarnation out of imagination. The incarnation of the Lord appears under certain extraordinary circumstances, like the above mentioned occasions. And the incarnation performs a task which is not even imaginable by the tiny brain of mankind. The modern creators of many cheap incarnations may take note of the factual incarnation of God as the gigantic bird with a suitable snout to carry the planet Earth. When the Lord appeared in order to pick up the earth, the demon of the name Hiranyaksha tried to create a disturbance in the methodical functions of the Lord, and therefore was killed by being pierced by the Lord's tusks. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the demon Hiranyaksha was killed by the hand of the Lord. Therefore, his version is that after being killed by the hand of the Lord, the demon was pierced by the tusk. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur confirms this version. Prabhupada is using the word snout twice. What does the word snout mean? Anyone knows what is snout? The first Lila avatar is Varhadev. Jato ruchir ajanayat suyamanam suyajna akuti sunir amaran atha dakshinayam lokatrayasya mahatam arahadyat artin swayam bhuvena manuna hare iti anuktaha. The second is Jata Ruchi Ajanayat. So the second, Prajapati Ruchi beget Suyagna in the womb of his wife Akuti. You all know the lineage that we are all coming from the lineage of Manu Maharaj. What is the name of the spouse of Manu Maharaj? What is wife of Manu Maharaj? Swayambhuva Manu. There are 14 Manus. So it's talking about the Swayambhuva Manu. Who is the consort of Swayambhuva Manu? This basic knowledge you should have. Satrupa. Satrupa. Yes, Sonika.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. It is the same I was about to.
And Manu Maharaj and Satrupa had how many daughters and how many sons? As per Srimad Bhagavatam, how many daughters and how many sons did Swayambhuva Manu and Satrupa have? Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with the descriptions. Third canto, fourth canto is filled with these descriptions. जल्दी बोलो इतना टाइम नहीं है ऑलरेडी देखो बोलो, एक भी नहीं पता? How is it possible? There are three daughters, Akuti, Prasuti, and Devahuti. And there are two sons, Maharaj Priyavat and Uttanpad. So the second incarnation which is being talked about is of Prajapati Ruchi. So Prajapati Ruchi begat Suyagna in the womb of his wife Akuti. So Akuti is the elder daughter of Swayambhu woman. And she is married to Prajapati Ruchi. And she begot Suyagna. And then Suyagna begot the demigod headed by Suyama in the womb of his wife Dakshina. Suyagna, as the Indradev diminished very great miseries in the three planetary systems, upper, lower, and intermediate. And because he so diminished the miseries of the universe, he was called Hari by the great father of mankind, namely Swayambhuva Manu. A little technical. In order to guard against the inventions of unauthorized incarnations by God by the fanciful, less intelligent persons, the name of the father of the bona fide incarnation is also mentioned in the authorized revealed scriptures. No one therefore can be accepted as an incarnation of the Lord if his father's name as well as the name of the village or place in which he appears is not mentioned in the authorized scriptures. So all the incarnations will have all these details. The name of the incarnation will be there. The name of his father will be there. Where he will appear. That village or location or town will also be mentioned. In the Bhagavad Puran, the name of Kalki incarnation, which is to take place in almost 4,000 years, is mentioned along with the name of his father and the name of the village in which he will appear. A sane man therefore does not accept any cheap edition of an incarnation without the reference to the authorized. So Prabhupada is talking about the various incarnations. So here in this second, the first incarnation, the Leela Avatar was Varha. And here it is being talked about Suyagna, Prajapati Ruchi, and Mother Aputis. Then third, Jajecha Kardama Grihe Vija Devahutiyam Stribhi Samam Navabhir Atmagatin Swamatre Ucheyayatma Samalam Guna Sangapanakam Asmin Budhuya Kapilasya Gating Prapede. So the third, which is along with the 9 women sisters, the Lord then appeared as the Kapil incarnation. Who was Kapil? Kardam Grihe Vija Devahutyam. He was born as the son of Devahuti. In whose house? Grihe Duje Kardam. So the other daughter Devahuti was married to Kardam Rishi. And in her womb, the Lord appeared as Kapilasya, as Kapil. And before he appeared, there were 9 sisters. So along with 9 women sisters, the Lord appeared as Kapil incarnation, being the son of Prajapati Brahmana Kardam and his wife Devati. He spoke to his mother about self-realization. That will be very much detailed in the 3rd canto. Very elaborate Sankhya Yoga. By which, in that very lifetime, she became fully cleansed of the mud of material births and thereby achieved liberation, the path of Kapila. The instructions of Lord Kapil to his mother Devahuti are fully described in the 3rd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, chapters 25 to 32. one of the most elaborate teachings. And anyone who follows the instruction can achieve the same liberation obtained by devotee. The Lord spoke the Bhagavad Gita and thereby Arjuna achieved self-liberation. And even today, anyone who follows the path of Arjuna can also attain the same benefit as Sri Arjuna. The scriptures are meant for this purpose. Foolish, unintelligent person make their own interpretations by imaginations and thus mislead their followers, causing them to remain in the dungeon of material existence. However, simply by following the instructions imparted by Lord Krishna or Lord Kapila, one can obtain the highest benefit even today. The word Atmagatim is significant in the sense of perfect knowledge of the Supreme. One should not be satisfied simply by knowing the qualitative equality of the Lord and the living. One should know the Lord as much as can be known by our limited knowledge. It is impossible for the Lord to be known perfectly as He is, even by such liberated persons as Shiva or Brahma. So what to speak of other demigods or men in this world? Still, by following the principles of great devotees and the instructions available in the scriptures, one can know to a considerable extent the features of the Lord. His Lordship Kapil, the incarnation of the Lord, instructed his mother fully about the personal form of the Lord. And thereby she realized the personal form of the Lord and was able to achieve the place in the Vaikuntha Loka where Lord Kapila predominates. Every incarnation of the Lord has his own abode in the spiritual sky. Therefore, Lord Kapila also has his separate Vaikuntha planet. The spiritual sky is not void. There are innumerable Vaikuntha planets, and in each of them the Lord predominates by one of his innumerable expansions. And the pure devotees who are there also live in the same style as the Lord and his eternal associates. When the Lord descends personally by his personal plenary expansions, such expansions are called Amsha, Kala, Guna, Yuga, and Manvantara incarnation. And when the Lord associates descend by the order of the Lord, such incarnations are called the Satyavesh incarnations. But in all cases, all the incarnations are supported by the innumerable statements of the authorized scriptures, and not by the imagination of self-interested propagandists. Such incarnations of the Lord in any of the above category always declare the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be the ultimate truth. The personal conception of the Supreme Truth is just a process of negation of the form of the Lord from the mundane conception of the Supreme Truth. The living entities by their very constitution are spiritually as good as the Lord. And the only difference between them is that the Lord is always supreme and pure without contamination by the modes of physical nature, whereas the living entities are apt to be contaminated by association with the material modes of goodness, passion, and love. This contamination by the material modes can be washed off completely by knowledge, renunciation, and devotional service. Devotional service to the Lord is the ultimate issue. And therefore, those who are directly engaged in the devotional service of the Lord are not only acquire the necessary knowledge in spiritual science, but also attain detachment from material contemplation and are thus promoted to the kingdom of God by complete revelation, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 14.6. Mam choya vibhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samiteta brahmabhuyai karipate. Even in the non-liberated stage, a living entity can be directly engaged in the transcendental loving service of the personality of Godhead Lord Krishna or his plenary expansions like Rama and Narsimha. Thus, in proportion to the improvement of such transcendental devotional service, very important for Father. Thus, in proportion to the improvement of such transcendental devotional service, the devotee makes definite progress toward Brahmagatim or Atmagatim and ultimately attain Kalpasya Gati or the abode of the Lord without difficulty. The antiseptic potency of devotional service to the Lord is so great that it can neutralize the material infection even in the present life of a devotee. A devotee does not need to wait for his next birth, but completely reversed. Okay, I will stop here. So you just begin. Some of these incarnations have already been discussed. Where was it discussed? What we are going to discuss in this chapter? Why only Ramya has to answer? All others do not want to answer, or they do not know the answer. Yes. Sonika?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, it was discussed in first chapter. First canto,
First canto?
in first canto, fourth chapter, third chapter.
Third canto, yes. What is the key verse? Let someone else answer. Why did this, so many incarnations were mentioned in the third chapter of the first canto? What was the purpose? Yes, Ravindra Prabhu and Priyanka.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Ete chamsa kalapunsa Krishnastu Bhagavanisa.
Yes, to establish that Krishna is the source of all. Krishna is the source of all God. Krishna. He is the origin, he is the foundation. He is the fountainhead, from where all others are emanating. Okay. Any question or discussion? Sonika, we didn't speak to you because you were busy with your service, with your we all distributed Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhadra Purnima. Yeah. If you want to distribute or if someone of your known wants to take, you please make some effort. Everyone did. Dayāśīl Prabhu did 3, Ravindra Prabhu did 2. One each was done by Ramya, Priyanka, Manoram, Pradeep, Pranav. Almost everyone did at least one. Okay. So you try. If you can find some, interested soul, a fortunate soul. Okay. Any question or discussion? Yeah. So today we were discussing in our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. We started with the 4th canto, 13th chapter. The Srishti Leela. So our teacher was explaining today that the devotees who do not have Drid Shraddha, who are those who are to be said that they have Drid Shraddha? Those who are 24 hours engaged in Krishna's service. They are the one who have Drid Shraddha. That is at the level of at least Ruchi and Asakti. That Prabhuji was saying that they should again and again hear the Srishti Leela of Krishna for purification. Because the Leela of Krishna can only be realized by those who are liberated. Hare Krishna. Gaurangi, कुछ सुनती हो? Did you hear?
Hi,
Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा। तिलक कहाँ है? तिलक नहीं नहीं लगा।
में क्या है?
नहीं दिख रहा। डेली दिन में 2 बार नहाओ कम से कम, इसको 2 बार नहलाओ, शुरू से आदत डालो, बिल्कुल फर्स्ट क्लास क्लीनलीनेस।
प्रभु जी, एक बार सुबह नहा के जाती है, फिर स्कूल से आके एक बार नहलाती हूँ मैं।
अच्छा, स्कूल जाने लगी?
जी।
ठीक है, स्कूल में तिलक लगा के भेजो, कोई टीचर क्या बोलती है बोलने दो, 2 बार
लगा के
4 बार बोलेगी चुप हो जाएगी। और इसको
लगा के भेजते हैं।
बाकी स्टूडेंट भी तिलक लगा ले रहे।
जी।
प्रहलाद महाराज तो अकेले आते थे स्कूल में, सब डीमंस थे, तो सब डीमंस को डिवाइड बना दिया। नहीं तो खुद डीमन बन के आ जाएगी। अगर अपनी डिविनिटी नहीं मेंटेन करेंगे तो जो डिमोनियक इम्पैक्ट है वो बहुत जल्दी पकड़ लेगा। You should ask some question, otherwise there will not be any penetration. जब तक डिस्कशन नहीं होगा तब तक we will not enter into the tattva. Not much we can gain. Anyway, I don't see any question, so I'll stop here, and Krishna willing will continue tomorrow. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, Sonika, one more thing. We have a very big Udgar festival on 12th of October. Okay, so those girls you are in touch with. Dayāśīl is there? No, he is gone for registration.
प्रभु जी, वो थोड़ा ऑफिस का काम कर रहे हैं।
यहाँ घर पे?
जी।
अच्छा, ठीक। So I'll give you the details. So you see those girls of IARI, or you are in touch, so you can try to inspire me. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
प्रभु जी